Hi everyone, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin today. This is the 1 hour chart after it's entered our ideal retracement zone between 89 and 90k. Now this ideal retracement zone was made up of the 200 MA on the 4 hour, the 3-day 200 MA, and 89k, which has been important support and resistance on higher time frames. Now resistance has been made up of local resistance is made up of 94.5k, essentially between 94 and 94.5k. And so far the price action has been rejected at every attempt. We had tried to get above it in early December, then again in mid-December, and then we failed again at the start of January. We did eke out a slightly higher high. And then we have major resistance overhead at 101k. So we are forming what looks like to be a double bottom, having entered our ideal retracement zone over the last after the last couple of days, with a higher low potentially. So we have this neckline, of course, above here, which we need to pay attention to. That neckline is about 91.5k. It seems to be a lot of 91, 92, 93 and a halves at the moment. But yeah, 91.5k is the neckline. So you can obviously enter on the break of the neckline for confirmation of the double bottom, like so. You would enter here, right there, potentially riding up then to local resistance. Now that would be your first take profit price point from a move here. And that move would be essentially from the neckline about 3%. So add a bit of leverage on there and you've got a play. Now you can obviously enter a hard support buy here in this ideal retracement zone because there's a good chance we're going to have a reversal from this area as well. So you don't necessarily need to wait for the neckline break, of course, depending on your approach and strategy. But we could just be looking to come in essentially anywhere in this box for a potential move upwards. And the advantage of doing that compared to waiting for a neckline break, which would mean you're entering at a slightly higher price point, maybe approaching 91.5, 92k, is because obviously the advantage of coming into this ideal retracement zone very close to these moving averages, and essentially the point of invalidation for any bullish continuation is if we do break lower from here, you're going to have that move upwards, which is a little bit of interaction with this area before moving down, which will give you an opportunity to reposition, exit your position and so forth. So there's an advantage to front running the confirmation of this double bottom here at the moment in this area. But you can also enter this play here and looking to take profits overhead at 101k, as that's the next major milestone. Now, there's no reason to think at this point Bitcoin is going to be able to ascend any higher than 101k at present, because on higher time frames, this represents significant resistance made up of the weekly 50 MA as just one example, which was lost a few months ago, which is obviously a typical sign that we're entering a bear market. So the two potential plays are a move from where we are now all the way up to 101k, which is about a 10%, or you're looking to trade in the current range we're in until we have confirmation, which is about 5%. So those are the two plays essentially, but we need to be very cautious because there's still the possibility of more downside until we can break out of this range, which we've been trading in since the market at the end of the markdown phase in the last week of November. So this is the play. So caution here, of course, but it's a very good opportunity to come in here. It's a very straightforward SR flip play, essentially. We've broken above the key range we were trading in for an extended period of time, and now we're looking to come in on the SR flip where the buyers are essentially, the sellers are essentially turning into buyers at this level. So it's a really good place for a buy at the moment, but just we need to make sure, of course, we're not thinking we're going to enter here and we're going to ride it all the way up to 125k previous all-time highs. It's going to be either a trade from here to 94.5k local resistance, or if you do believe that we're going to come all the way up to 101k, the next major resistance, then that would be the play as well. But nothing really to suggest that we should be hoping and holding out for profits above that point at this time in the game. But of course, we need to see firstly how Bitcoin reacts to this level. But it's a good place to buy right now.